Hi, I'm Chad, and this is Chad's Beer Reviews, episode number 500! So to celebrate, we're drinking the, as it says right on the bottle, highly acclaimed Founders KBS, A Stout Ale. Aged in oak bourbon barrels, is good for everything a stout ought to be good for. 11.2% ABV, 70 IBUs. So this is kind of one of the holy grails of the American craft beer scene. I've been trying to get a hold of this for a while. Thanks to Dan, Symbiosis Harper, for sending it to me in a trade. So let's get right into it. Had the beer sitting out for about a half hour before I started this review. As you can see, that is just super black. Even the head is that is the darkest head I've ever seen. That's even darker than the Goose Island. So looks pretty good so far. Yeah, so black body. Can't even see any red when I hold up to the light. Head is just that super dark coffee color. Actually kind of frothy. Looks like it might stick around for a while. It smells really good though. I mean, it smells like so many other great oak aged stouts. I get a lot of vanilla. I can smell like kind of the bourbon, kind of the wood in there. The roasted malts, I get like kind of like a mocha chocolate coffee kind of thing going. So 500 reviews. Here's to it. Cheers. Yeah. I didn't really know what to expect because the other great beer that's supposed to be like this is the Goose Island Bourbon County Stout, which I was underwhelmed by. I mean, I didn't think it was bad beer. I just didn't think it was, an A+ or whatever. But one sip into this, I can tell it does live up to the hype. Yeah, so, it's like a pretty complex stout, very robust. You're getting roasted malt, you're getting coffee, you're getting chocolate. Finishing with the deeply roasted malts, and through the whole thing, there's this underlying whiskey bourbon kind of sweetness. I wouldn't call it smoky per se. It's just a real nice kind of light whiskey sweetness. It's amazing how smooth this beer is. It's thick. It coats like your entire mouth, your tongue. It leaves like this kind of whiskey aftertaste. That nice sweetness. I'm not a whiskey drinker at all, but I've had it from time to time, so I know what the taste is like. Almost the exact same sensation here, just without the ridiculous potency of a bourbon or whiskey or whatever. Really tasty. What's interesting is that it finishes fairly clean for the most part. Like, it is leaving a residual kind of coffee bitterness kind of in the aftertaste, but it's not like, by clean I guess I mean like it's not cloying. Like, the taste that's there is very pleasant. It's kind of like like a semi-sweet chocolate in there too. So much going on with this beer. It's like there's so much to like about it. I can see why it's got the reputation it's got. I'm only, halfway through here. I'm about ready to give my grade out now. I mean, clearly it's a 10 out of 10, which in 2011 has been a rare thing. I've had, quite a few beers this year, since I've been doing this show, that have just not lived up to the hype, but this one definitely does. So yeah, this beer is outstanding. It's amazing, super robust. It's it's everything an imperial stout should be. The deeply roasted malts. You get the kind of bitterness across the middle and on the end. There's coffee in there. There's chocolate. The whiskey, or I keep saying whiskey, it's bourbon, which I guess are just birds of a different feather or whatever. But in parts like that kind of sweetness. And like a hint of smoke on there. I mean, I wouldn't call it a smoky beer per se, So smooth. Pleasant, real pleasant aftertaste. You know, it's slightly dry. Kind of like, you know, if you're drinking coffee or something like that. But yeah, overall, it's a winner. We might have had the best beer of 2011 right now. So yeah, a full 10 out of 10 to the Founders KBS. So thanks for everybody out there for supporting me for the last 500 reviews. And we're just getting warmed up. So until next time, as Henry would say, don't forget to have them out like this. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Reviews. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.